Don't mind this, but pay attention to the video if you can stand to do so. So I just want to tell you a story. And it's not a made-up story. It's actually 100% factual. It's a long story, but I'm trying to figure out how I can give it to you to the point that you're watching it full. And I'm already drinking on too long, so you're probably going to leave me. But don't leave right now. So I know this lady. I've been knowing her for about a good 10 or 11 years. And when I first met her, I had this vibe. When I seen her, it was an aura that she gave off that just wasn't meshing with my aura. So don't get me twisted. Well, don't get it twisted, although you don't know how it's going to be twisted in the first place. But she was a nice lady. But that was the thing about it. Like, she was too nice. Especially when it came to certain situations that I was around for, that I experienced like something. I'm trying. Let me just get to it. I wanted to give a whole backstory, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to tell it to you clearly. So this lady someone hurt her in her teen years. Okay, when she was a teenager, I'm just gonna make it real and raw. She was a hoe. She was out in the streets opening her legs trying to find love from anyone who she felt as though could love her. Love wasn't given to her in her household. So she went out to try to find it. And she thought that by opening her legs and giving herself to these men, that was going to make them love her. All they ended up doing was getting her a trip to the doctor and they diagnosed her with HIV at the age of 15. She's now 40-something. I want to say about 44, 45 now. And she is living with HIV. Well, she has AIDS. But the thing about that is now, it's currently undetected. Ain't that something how stuff works? She got it when she was 15. As years go on, things tend to get dormant in the body. Your body tends to, I guess in a sense, fight off the disease, but your body becomes immune to it. As I said, she still got it, but it's undetected. So, don't know who gave it to her at the age of 15. But I do know that she still continued to go out and have sex with multiple people. She even got married to a man. Got married to the man, married the man. Let me just say, as some years went by, the man ended up finding out that she infected him with HIV. Because at the time when they was married, it was still, it was going through the body. Can't find the right word that I wanted to use, but she still had it, and she passed it on to him. And let me just say, that was a whole problem. He ended up telling pretty much the whole damn city that she was infected. She had that it. She had that thing. Now, you can't really judge her because she didn't give it to herself, but yet she did it to herself, honestly, if we being technical, because she was going out here having unprotected sex with multiple people. All right. So she had that marriage. She ended up having, take it back. Before the marriage, she ended up having a kid. Her first child is actually my age. I believe 1 year younger, but yeah, we're in the same age. Then when she got with the man that I was talking about previously, the marriage one, she ended up having a kid with him. Then she ended up having 2 more kids by 2 different men. And all them men are infected. I believe 2 of the men don't even know that they're infected. But then again, I can't say that because I'm pretty sure they didn't heard the word. And you know how some people, when you hear something that somebody tell you, it can be hard to believe. And then when you hear it, if you just nasty yourself as the individual, nasty knowing that you may possibly have something, then not go get checked for it. Oh, that's a problem too. But listen, Linda, there are some trifling ass people. So hurt people because it makes them feel better for the time being, right? So I don't know if y'all know a thing or two about Nigeria, not Africa, Nigeria, Sudan. Let me just say, in those areas predominantly, people are infected over there with HIV. So this lady took it upon herself. I guess she was reaching a standpoint where she was just miserable. And I don't know what she was thinking, but she came up with a plan. She ended up going online to date a man. And the man that she ended up dating, he was a citizen of Nigeria. Now, this man, he had been on dating sites for years, trying to find a woman in the United States that he could marry. And I'm going to tell you why he was doing that. Because he needed a visa. You know, he wanted to get out of his hometown. He wanted to come over to Great America where things were a little bit better than where he came from. So them two ended up linking up online. I don't know what the conversation that was transpired between the two, but she ended up going down to Nigeria. Or I think I'm getting it twisted. Wait a minute. I believe somehow he ended up making his way to Texas. She went to Texas, stayed down there with him for some months, and then a few months later she brought him back, but he had some papers to show that he was a citizen. Now I'm messing it up, but the more of the story that I'm getting to, bitches is trifling. If y'all tune into my, if you scroll down my video feed, you will know that I was talking about this one individual in a particular live. Her name is in the title. The first letter of her name start with an S, and the first letter of her last name start with the A. Go and check out, find that video, girl. Find that video. This lady is nasty. So remember how I also said to be mindful of who you call your friend, because everybody is not really your friend. Just know in today's time, because time is truly changing. People are changing with the time. The devil is working, honey. When I tell you he working, he is trying to find anything or any way to get you wrapped up or weaved in his web. Right? So this lady, she was envious of someone who I know personally. When I tell you, when we first met this lady, she was a bum. You could tell how her hair was styled. You could tell how she dressed. You can tell how she acted. For one, she was ghetto, but ain't nothing wrong being ghetto, because we got some good ghetto folk out here. But she was just a homey soul until she met up with this person that I know personally. And let me just say, this person that I know personally, they always end up putting their women friends on when they first meet them. The person that I know helped her with her dressing, helped her with her hair. She just created a monster, because the monster that was created was trying to copycat the person that I know personally. Let me just say, you can only be you. There's only one of you. You are a limited edition. Now I know you're probably still like, okay, where is she getting over this video? My point, what I'm trying to get to, is I want you to go back to the other video that I just referenced to. I may be sure or try to link the cue card above to direct you a little bit easier. But you got to be careful today out here in these streets with the people. Well, with the people that you involve yourself with. Just know the people come into your life for a reason and for a season. And those people that may come in your life for a reason, they may stay in your life for years. Until God shows what needed to be shown anyway, so that you can learn from what he showed you and learn not to do it the next go round, when the devil presents another opportunity or another friendship. When I tell you this lady, let me get to it. So this lady, she ended up marrying this man from Nigeria, because she needed to do that to help them out. Let me just say, people actually do plan out relationships. Some people don't even get together because they love one another. Some people get together because the next person or both parties have something that they can benefit from. I look at a relationship, honestly, as a business in a sense, because it is. You want to get with someone who can help you in a sense, or who, you follow what I'm saying? I don't want to break it all the way down, but you want to get with someone who brings value, who brings substance, who is an additive addition to what you already have going on in your life. So when these two linked up, it was a win-win situation. She had HIV, he had HIV, he knew she had it, she knew he had it. He wasn't a citizen of the United States. He wanted to become one. She was one. They got married. If you know the laws, he had to stay married for about 5-some years, and then after the 5 years, depending on how his visa plan set up, he can then become a citizen, because now he is married to an American woman. Yeah. But let me tell you about this. So in the midst of being with her husband, let me tell you, the husband was, in my eyes, he was a decent man, but I didn't know what actually went on behind closed doors. One thing I could see, that they weren't affectionate towards one another at all. It was just like so distant, and I'm like, something ain't right. What the fuck going on? I was assuming when I first met her, I said, something ain't right with this bitch. Something ain't right with her. Something ain't right with her. She's sneaky. She. Let me just say this. Go and watch that video. Go and watch that video, please. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I just wanted to get some content and tell you a little story, and you should have gotten something from it. I'm awareing you, bringing awareness once again. Repeat myself as I always do. Let it be known. Just be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. I don't care how well somebody treats you. I don't care if somebody winding down you, buy your ass out. That's one thing too. If somebody buying you, oh, they not for you. Just know it's a hidden motive. It's something there. It's something in their head that you just not seeing right now. Sometimes when you're in something, you can't see what you in. It takes for another individual to bring things to light. And then when it's brought to light, you're like, oh shit, I was dumb all this long. That can apply for a lot of people here on this YouTube platform. But that's all. I just want to tell you that little story. Keep that in mind, because this may tie to something else that I may bring at a later date. But that was my story time for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any video suggestions, leave a comment down below. Or if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment down below, letting it be known that you commented under my videos, send me an email. My email will be linked down below, right along my business email in the description, okay? But I'm going to see y'all a little bit later.